Welcome to another video blog from the back porch. This one is about strength and finding your strength. So, what makes you feel strong? Where do you find the strength to walk through life? Now, the strength issue is a huge one for men, but women need to also find their own strength. Both genders are looking for and often not finding it. When I taught high school, I watched young men in particular try to find their strength in all sorts of ways. Hyper-focusing on athletics, aggressively pumping iron, using drugs and alcohol, flirting with girls, bullying others, etc., etc., etc. You can see how these convert into pretty destructive lifestyles as adults. What was interesting in our conversations, though, is that their attempts to find that strength outwardly never translated into an interior strength. The strength question was for them left unresolved. I see parallels in my own life. I've done my share of exhausting workouts, running competitions, trying to be Mr. Know-It-All. I ran a marathon once with the hope that it would finally answer the strength question, but it never did. After it was over, I still felt weak inside. None of it dispelled the fear that haunted me. Now, the Bible itself is filled with paradox. What we think is life is actually death, in terms of what the scriptures say. What we think is the way up, for the scriptures, is the way down. This same paradox happens with our strength. Listen to what the prophet Isaiah says. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. Here's the epitome of strength: a child with boundless energy, a young man adding muscle upon muscle. But in the end, they all fail. It's not the deep, abiding strength. Where does Isaiah tell us to find strength? Listen to the prophet again. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Because of hope, there's a priceless exchange. We exchange our weakness for God's strength. Now, how does hope do this? Because when we look outward and open ourselves up to the deep strength behind creation, we find the Creator Himself. And in that expansive opening, something amazing happens. His strength becomes interiorized in us. What was true, God is strength, becomes for us now what is real. God is my strength. It's not that we quit exercising or being properly assertive. It's just that we no longer look to those things for the deeper strength. Indeed, God longs to renew our weakness with His strength. He desires to connect to us this way. And when we understand that, it only grows our hope. How does this happen? It can happen in the silence, when we are alone with Him. It can happen throughout the day when we begin to experience more and more of His presence. It can also happen with others. I was recently with a group of men and we were talking and sharing about some of our struggles and sins. I didn't see them as weak. In fact, in the connectedness, we all felt that deeper strength. We had admitted weakness and found strength. Hope in God offers a continual resupply of this strength. It's like a waterfall. You just get in the waterfall and let the water just keep running over you. That's our job. Get in the waterfall. Stay in the waterfall. And when we do, God offers this hope in return. Listen again to the prophet Isaiah. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. We don't just fly, we soar. We don't just run or walk. We do them effortlessly. So, don't be ashamed of your weakness. Nothing is wrong with you. It's the gateway into His strength.